Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, those expectations, he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Lawrence going to put it up right away. He gets it to Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence gets this quickly to Ingram. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Lawrence will throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. This one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time, a 9-play drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. 52 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. On that long touchdown, look, the pass was fine, but it was short. What Saquon did after the catch, that's impressive.
And that's just demoralizing if you're on the defensive side of the ball, too, because if he catches a short one, that's your opportunity to tackle him, put him on the ground, and get up for the next down. Instead, he makes a move, he makes people miss, he runs through tackles, he spins, he jukes, and he continues to run because once he gets into the open field and turns it loose, he can fly.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Second and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, It's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on this skill position, guys. For those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Again, it's Lawrence. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Now Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. Move those chains. That's good for another Jacksonville. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's complete, right around the 8. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 5, here's second and 2. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to add on to that lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point up and through. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Here's Hurts to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 28, it's second and 5. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Saquon Barkley. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Philadelphia.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Now Lawrence to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A first down carry for Barkley. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a second down and 9. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Barkley, inside handoff. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. From the gun, it's Hurts. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Back to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Here's a 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Hurts will throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Second down and 8. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Here comes third down and 7. They'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on third and 15. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Hurts to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here now, third and a yard. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught, and he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding ETN here. Catching it on the out route. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. They'll get this off to ETN. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. ETN and trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Over the dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 70 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a one-score deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And this is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
10 more yards. 10 yards on the pickup.
A run here with Dearness Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, a 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Throwing on second down. Hurts. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this down inside the 40. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. He'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Final minute now of the third quarter. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
ETN bringing in another one. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 20.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Lawrence going to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 28 yards. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, right down the middle. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick slant, Dotson. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Hurts. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Lawrence will throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Play action. It's Lawrence. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. Hurts will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap and again to ETN. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. ETN once more. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as... And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dearness Johnson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
Logan Cook, the kicker.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 13. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. That one downfield for Dotson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Now Lawrence. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 62 yards. And the Jags have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this up past the 45.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Jahan Dotson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.